Hey, what's up, guys? It is Whisper. So yesterday I was at Economy Candies in New York City in the Lower East Side, and I happened to buy 2 packs of Topps 1989 baseball cards. $2, not bad. So I used to collect these as a kid. Topps was the only brand I collected. Never was a Donruss or Fleer or any of those. I always Topps. So let's take a look at what I got in here. They're sealed. So let's see. See if we got anybody I remember. All right. First is the gum. 30 something year old gum. So, yeah, I'm not going to be. Not going to be chewing. Not going to be chewing it. It's shattered, by the way. So, all right. Let's take a look. First card we got Norm Charlton, one of the Nasty Boys, Cincinnati Reds, 1990 World Champions. That's a good one. Put that one over here. We'll make a good pile and a not so good pile. The next one we got Alejandro Pena, Dodgers, pitched a while for my Mets. At this point, he was only on the Dodgers as of '89. I pitched on the Mets later. Wasn't all that great as a Mets, so we'll put him in the not so good pile. Next one. Wow, Dave Winfield. That's a big one. Killed a seagull once. True story. Yeah, Dave Winfield was great, so we'll put him in the good pile. Next one. Mike Campbell. I don't remember Mike Campbell. Let's see. It looks like that was his first or second year. Seattle Mariner. Don't remember him. Next, we got the National League leaders, Andres Galarraga, the Venezuelan, I believe he was. Very good player, very good hitter. Montreal Expos. We'll put him in the good pile. And we got another pitcher, Steve Ontiveros, Oakland Athletic. I remember Steve. I remember him a little bit. I don't remember if he was any good. Let's see what his record was. 3-4 that year. He's a reliever. All right, then we got the late great Tommy Lasorda. I I saw Tommy get thrown out of a game, a Mets Dodgers game, at Shea Stadium. It was hilarious. He was going crazy. We were all yelling at him. We were sitting right there, so we had great seats. But Tommy was a character. Rest in peace, Tommy. Another National League leaders card, Andre Dawson. He was a great player. Andre was great. Expos, and at this point, I guess he was still on the Cubs. Then what do we got here? Just an advertisement. Let's get rid of that. Ken Daly, reliever with the St. Louis Cardinals. I remember him a lot facing my Mets in the late '80s when we had the great rivalry with the Cardinals when they were still in the National League East. So I'll give Ken the good thing. Yeah. Mike Morgan, veteran, man. Morgan pitched a long time. I remember him with the Mariners. At this point, he was on the Baltimore Orioles. I don't really remember him on the Orioles. Mike Morgan. And then we got Tony Armas. Not a lot of people talk about Tony Armas anymore. Tony Armas was some hell of a home run hitter. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Some of the years he had 35 home runs. He had 43 and 84 when he was on Boston. Tony Armas could hit some home runs. And we got Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer, one of the greats. Played with the Mets a little bit in those early '90s Mets teams. They were horrible, but Eddie was a hell of a hitter. Not very popular with the media, but one hell of a hitter. Oh yeah, Kevin Kaufman. No recollection of Kevin Kaufman, a Brave. And we got Chris Bosio. I remember him a little bit. Brewers starting pitcher. Don't remember if he was any good or not, but I remember Chris. And Gary Thurman. I think he was a speedy outfielder with the Royals, so put him in the bill. So not a bad pack. We had a couple of good guys in there. Let's open up the next one. Tina Belcher shirt, by the way. All right. There's your gum. That's wild. All right, so this is just Brave leaders. Who cares about the Braves? Catcher Mike Fitzgerald. Mike Fitzgerald was a Met. He was in the trade that brought us Gary Carter. That's why he's in the Expos uniform here. I don't remember Mike being that good. I don't know how he did with the Expos. I don't remember him being that great for the Mets, but those are some pretty bad Mets teams at that time. Herman Gonzalez, Minnesota Twins. No recollection of this guy. Don't know who he is. The turn back the clock card. Tony Oliva. Another Cub, Mike Bielecki. Barely remember him. A little bit. Padres and the Pirates. Pirates and Cubs. This pack so far has not been as good as the other one. There's another Albert Hall. Another guy I have no recollection of. Played with the Braves, I guess. Don Paul. Wow, this pack is horrible. I have no idea who Don Paul is, but he does spell Don with 2 N's. So there's that. Mario Diaz. I think this guy played for the Mets at some point. Let me take a look here, back here. No, he didn't. I don't know. Seems familiar. Mario Diaz. I don't know. This pack is just awful. And the hits keep coming. The immortal Bob Brower. No idea who that is. If anybody remembers Bob Brower, if you're watching this, let me know. All right. Finally, Fernando Valenzuela, the late great Fernando Valenzuela. I remember flying into Mexico during the height of Fernando Mania. I was a kid. Had to be 84, 83, maybe 83, 82, 83, somewhere in that range. And as soon as we landed in Mexico City, huge billboard of Fernando. Fernando Mania was going on at that time. Fernando was great. Died this past year, way too soon. Rest in peace. Great Fernando Valenzuela. And we're back to Danny Darwin. A respectable pitcher. I don't think he was any good, but, pitched a long time, so I'll give him that. Joe Morgan? But it's not that Joe Morgan. It's the manager of the Red Sox at the time. I don't remember Joe Morgan as a manager of the Red Sox, or I only remember the Hall of Famer Joe Morgan. I don't know who that guy is. Okay, Whitey Herzog. Cardinals might hated this guy. Really couldn't stand Whitey Herzog, because obviously I'm a Mets fan, and he was just very antagonistic to my team. Did not like Whitey. Good manager though. Ken Gerhart. Don't remember him. And somebody named Kurt Ford. And that picture looks like it's taken at Shea Stadium. What do you think? I think that's Shea Stadium. I remember that the orange seats, the green was the mezz, and the blue was the upper deck. So, that's my packs. We had a couple of good ones in there. A few more crappy ones, but a couple of good ones. So, maybe I'll get more of these. This is fun. Till then.